if you sell something popular, you just create a PPC campaign and you target the people who will buy and hope that your bets will play better than the bets of the competitors.
Welcome to the E-Comm Show podcast. I am your host, Andrew Maff, owner and founder of BlueTuskr. From groundbreaking industry updates to success stories and strategies, get to know the ins and outs of the e-commerce industry from top leaders in the space. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the E-Comm Show. As usual, I am your host, Andrew Maff, and today I am joined by the amazing Alex Nigmatulin, who is the co-founder and CMO over at PRnews.io. Alex, how you doing, buddy? Ready for a good show?
Good. Happy to come to your show and happy to meet you finally, Andrew.
Thank you. I'm very excited to talk to you. I've actually in the past several months we've started kind of evaluating some different things from a PR perspective and obviously how it's affecting different LLMs and all the fun AI and all that fun stuff. So having you on the show is fantastic timing. Really appreciate it. I always like to kind of start these off relatively stereotypically, just kind of set the tone. I like to give you the floor, tell everyone a little bit about your background, how you got started with PRnews.io, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, we are in this PR business for a long time, and from day one, we wanted to implement something new. And we started as a PR Newswire service back in Ukraine and Europe. But then we understood that most of our clients don't need just a chance to get published somewhere, so they wanted a guaranteed placements in exact medias. So we discovered the world of sponsored content and editorials and decided to disrupt this market and create a marketplace for that. That's why we are in e-commerce too, and we treat ourselves as any other e-commerce project like Amazon or other online shops. It is a place where providers, the owners of the media, provide their services as placements on their platforms, and we help clients to choose the right one and to conduct this procedure as smooth as possible.
Beautiful.
And yeah.
So let's let's kind of start, I guess, a little bit a step back and just kind of look at it from the pros and cons of the PR side, right? From an e-commerce perspective, obviously, I know a majority of the people that listen to our podcast are e-commerce sellers and in the e-commerce space, and I find that most of them severely underutilize PR. I think it's an amazing tool to be able to get into different publications. It helps a lot from an SEO perspective. It can obviously help a lot now that LLMs are getting involved and things like that because it's a little bit less biased. But from an e-commerce perspective, what do you see a lot of brands doing in terms of how they leverage PR? Is it mostly from product launch strategies? Is it around events that they're doing? What constitutes them wanting to do a press release?
I understand that. Yeah, a press release is a decent way to communicate with the society through contacting with journalists, with providing the confirmed information from your company. But under PR, we understand much other things. It's not only press releases; it's all kind of content, all kind of text content. In our case, it is one thing when you have an auditorium who are interested in your product and your idea is just to present your product to these people. So yeah, if you sell something popular, you just create a PPC campaign and you target the people who will buy and hope that your bets will play better than the bets of the competitors. But it will be a problem if it is completely new product. And PR and marketing, content marketing, is a way of how you can teach other people about that this product exists, that it helps to solve problem, it solves, and to help them understand that they, in the beginning, they have this problem, because not everyone understands that. And in this case, PR will help you definitely. Also, PR is important when you are looking for partners or you are looking for investment or any other kind, because people will look your company on Google, and now they will look your company on ChatGPT or any other LLM. That's why you need to control what will be shown on these platforms, and PR will help you. So a lot of articles about all aspects of your company, about your founders, about the key people, about the products you produce, about your providers. It is really important, and you have to communicate this through press.
Okay. One of the things that I was super excited to get to talk to you about, I think this was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we did a campaign through PR Newswire, and that was one of the most antiquated, ridiculous platforms I think I've ever used. It was just it was interesting. So tell me a little bit about the difference, because I know they're kind of like the old school, like the classic one of how that goes through, but obviously yours has more of like this kind of AI ability to it. Can you explain a little bit about the differentiator between prnews.io and other companies like that?
Yeah, PR Newswire is a nice company with I don't know 100 years history. They
Yeah.
distributed press releases, I think, when there was Telegraph or something, and yeah, and
Classic.
the approach they have is still from that times. So the idea of them, they just take your press release and send to the media outlets and hope they will pick it up. And in most times it is not picked up because your news is not so interesting for journalists. That's
Hmm.
why they use the chain of partner websites or sections on popular websites where this news will appear. But unfortunately, no one will read this news on these in
Yeah.
these sections,
Yeah.
and we know this problem. That's why we disrupted this process. So we take the offers of media outlets, and you can get placed in media one by one, pay on pay-as-you-go model. For example, today you want to get your press release published on Reuters. You pay $1,000, or tomorrow you want to get published on Associated Press. It will cost you $100, for example. Then you want to get published in some niche trade media about, I don't know, portable toilets operator. There is a media outlet for that. Yes, and you pay
Cool.
your free. Yeah. You pay this $300, and you get appeared in this media, guaranteed on the terms you want to get appeared. Yes, it will be marked as sponsored, but you will
Hmm.
definitely hit your audience, and then we'll discover about your product. So we created this e-commerce website where you have a lot of filters, so you can find media for your product.
Hmm.
They are all divided by industries, by the niches media write about. They have this additional information about the visits, about the quality of the media, with the help of, I don't know, SEO characteristics of the website. And then the process is simple. You see the nice publication, you pay the price for placement, you provide the text, then someone from the publication will pick it up, publish on the website, and send the link back. That's
Interesting.
the approach.
How so is it excuse my ignorance around here, but this is it sounds similar to like a programmatic, like when you're doing like content articles and like doing different things where you get it published on different websites. You're doing more programmatic things. If you create an article and you kind of it blends in like another article, is it similar to that, just more from like a media perspective?
It's not maybe similar because in this case, like programmatic, yes, there's some companies like Tabula or Outbrain. I don't know,
Yeah.
are they
Hmm.
connected right now because they wanted to merge? But in their model, you will appear on the websites until you pay for this appearance, like you do with PPC approach. You pay
Yeah.
for advertising, you are shown to your clients. In our case, in most cases, their placements will be there forever.
Hmm.
So it will be a dedicated page on the media outlet about you. It will be in format of interview about you as a founder. It can be a listicle of the most popular products from your platform, from your e-commerce website. It
Yeah.
can be, I don't know, a history about your company or any other format, but it will be there forever until
Interesting.
this website will exist.
Yeah. So I imagine, especially now with AI taking off and all that fun stuff, it's probably having a pretty large effect on it, right? Like I know if you use ChatGPT, you're searching for something, it's pulling a lot of data, obviously just from standard Google search results, but now it's also pulling from like Reddit and Quora and all these other publications. So doing these types of articles, this type of PR, is that having an effect on all the LLMs and like the responses, or like how's that working?
Yes, yes, it has a great effect after Quora, after Reddit, after Wikipedia, and after the website of the company. The articles in media is the next source of information they use to answer the questions. That's why, as young generation tell that they don't read the news. They use TikTok and ChatGPT. We tell, yes, you don't read the news, but ChatGPT does. So all the
Yeah.
information it gives back to you, it was taken from somewhere, and it is your target as a marketer to feed this data to ChatGPT, and you can do that through placements in online media. Also, ChatGPT and other LLMs, they like structured data. That's why
Hmm.
people ask, can you recommend me something? What is the best solution for this and that? That's why one of the approaches which works right now is to get placed in listicles. It is the
Yeah.
article which consists of different products in it, like what is
Hmm.
the best e-commerce for dog food, for example. And your target as a marketer right now, if you want to get to make ChatGPT recommend you, you have to be mentioned in all these listicles, and preferably on the first three places. And this is how it works right now. And from our experience, we see that unfortunately, ChatGPT now doesn't understand, was this placement paid? Does it have this paid mark, or it was not? They still treat it as a decent source of information. Probably
Oh,
it will
interesting.
change with time, but
Yeah.
I think that the core idea is that it will not change because we understand that advertising makes the product better. If people will want to invest money in advertising, in advertising of their product, if they invest in placements in listicles, they definitely need more clients. They definitely want to make to serve their clients in the best way.
Yeah.
That's why I think still advertising exists, and yeah, it
Interesting.
is it is an engine that drives the product forward.
Yeah.
Is your e-commerce business experiencing falling revenue? BlueTuskr has helped many brands like yours excel. Unlike other marketing partners, BlueTuskr leverages a team of specialists to ensure every strategy is created and executed toward your business growth. As an extension of your marketing team, BlueTuskr prides itself on helping to fill in the gaps and develop strong omni-channel strategies to diversify your business from the rest. Ready to scale your marketing initiatives? Visit their website, bluetuskr.com. That's BLUETUSKR.com.
So I know this is where it gets kind of muddy, right? Because like this is kind of standard SEO to a certain extent, but obviously because of AI and things like that, brand awareness, all that, it kind of muddies the area of how you would qualify or quantify, I guess, this type of strategy. A lot of e-commerce brands, they love to, make sure that they can paint a picture of an ROI down to like every single penny. So if someone was to do a campaign directly through you guys doing it through PR news.io, like how am I able to track how much traffic has gained from that campaign?
This is a tricky thing, but you can do it on your side. You can use the UTM
Yeah.
when you place the links on the media outlets. That's why you can track the number of clicks it came from. And in the case of ChatGPT, it is harder and other LLMs because they don't use this. But in case in ChatGPT and LLMs, it's nice thing that you don't need to think about backlinks anymore because they understand the mention of your brand. It is more important than a backlink to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is an easy way. The problem will be is that your brand name can be not unique, and in this case you have to think about that. That's why if you have unique name, unique approach, it will be easier for ChatGPT to recommend you. This is one of the
Yeah.
ways. And some media outlets after the placement, they will provide you, if you ask the data about how many visits or impressions this or that placement get from their
Yeah.
point of view. But the best way is to use the UTMs and to track this data through that, because there is no a single solution which is used by everyone, that people just can use
Yeah.
that. Some time ago, we had this Google Analytics, and media outlets shared the Google Analytics data with us, so we could show the information to our clients. Now, with the implementations of GA4, it is harder to do, and
Hmm.
we are looking for a best solution for that. It's something we have to implement soon.
Yeah. Interesting. So between all this stuff, so that obviously you've got the stuff on the ChatGPT side, you've got everything from like a traditional perspective. That's a very good point. I never even really thought about that. Of like ChatGPT, all these different AI models, uh, they're probably more interested in how frequently your brand is referenced as opposed to just backlinks and things like that, since those are easy to get. So that makes it very interesting from a PR perspective of how that would be pretty beneficial. Do you have like insight into what you usually see works well? I could see a lot of brands being like, "Oh, let me just pay for like one or two placements on like one or two publications and then that's it." Like, do you think this is more of a, "Hey, you've got to make a big splash and make a lot of noise for it to really do anything," or is there a way to kind of dip your toe in it and just try it out?
You have to invest time and money in that. Yeah, definitely, you can be lucky and hit the target with some, I don't know, digital PR campaign and get a lot of mentions with that. You can create something viral and it will be picked up and you'll get enough traffic and clients with that. But for most of us who don't put everything on that, you have to do a month to month job. You have to you have to get placed in media in any way. You have to
Yeah.
create interesting content and pitch them, and then you hope that they will pick it up. Or you can just pay and have this amount of money you are ready to spend, and do that. But you have to be aware that your competitors are not waiting. They are doing the easiest way. If they have enough money, they will just buy everything they want and be wherever they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah. I
have
mean,
to think not only about your product, but about the tactics of your competitors. And in that case, by the way, I can recommend using other tools like, I don't know, Ahrefs or SEMrush to analyze
mhm.
to analyze how your competitors, what the tactics they use. Are they placed in media right now? Do they acquire the backlinks? Do they acquire the um, are they recommended by ChatGPT? Because all these instruments now provide some part of this data.
Yeah. Where do you think PR is going? I think it's been kind of an interesting play, right? Like years ago, doing a press release, awesome, you could get a big splash. Sometimes journalists would pick it up. Now it's a little bit like it's almost more to get the awareness in hopes that the AI platforms are going to pick it up, because journalists, it's almost like, I guess that's why they say the benefit of working with like a PR agency is that they have those pre-existing relationships with journalists and things like that. Where do you think it's headed now that we're starting to see more and more kind of AI come into the picture?
I think that with this AI coming into picture, people want to speak and communicate with people more. That's
Yeah.
why this personal branding, personal PR starts to become more and more interesting every day, because people, yeah, the accounts, even on social media, the accounts of brands are not so popular as the accounts of some of their founders, for example, or presidents.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's why people want to read the news from the founder of from the key person. That's why companies need to invest into their people and build this personal brand for them. And this is, I think, where PR is going also. And because, yeah, it is
Interesting.
now, the information is easy to get. but people want to have this vibe of talking and to get this, that this information is approved by a real person. It is not
Yeah.
generated, because maybe the easiest thing you already can get from ChatGPT, but there's something really important, something really good, it is provided by people.
Yeah. Interesting. So are you seeing more successful campaigns when it's more directed as like it's coming from like the thought leadership, like it's coming from the owner or the founder more so than if it's just like a general company news kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that. And we operate in different countries, and also in some Eastern countries, for example, in Turkey. And Turkey, yeah, you have to name it. They changed the name. And it is like must have, if you approach this market, you have to use the picture, the portrait of your founder on every on every activities you have, because
Yeah.
it is it people trust you more if they see the person behind that. And
Yeah.
this approach, I think, goes to other places. Yes, because now it is easy with the Google VEO or other tools. You can create now the video, and yeah, it works to check the MVP, to check in an MVP way of some advertising or something like that. Or you can create a nice picture of you in yeah, it's applicable. But if the real people, not the stock photos, not the generated photos, uh, it works better. But no one knows. All the instruments improve all the time, and I don't know, maybe in a month the pictures will be so nice that people will not understand that are they really generated or are they really real. Now it is hard for some people to get that, or with nice
Yeah.
instruments.
Do you one of the things I was worried about in PR perspective is like you end up getting either thought leaders or businesses just in general kind of I guess taking advantage of it where I feel like they're putting out a press release for like, oh, I woke up today. Like, here's a press release about it. Like, it's just like, okay, we don't need a story about that. Do you, when you are working with the different businesses and different brands, do you provide any insight into like, hey, like you may not need a press release for this or like where specifically it should go or anything along those lines?
Yes, definitely. People wants to. In this case, people likes to read people's stories. That's why you have to put these interviews or to use this format. I don't know, like one day in life of a person. It is
Mm-hmm.
popular for politicians. People just spend the day with pictures, what they're doing in everyday life, how they talk with their helpers, or I don't know, anywhere in this format.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely press. But also, you have to understand that press release, it is a B2B product. It is not a B2C product.
Yeah.
Common people are not supposed to read that. It is information, raw information for journalists, and journalists have to create a content on the basis of that. If it piques their mind, if they like this.
Yeah.
That's why when you don't have to read press release until you are a journalist, and not everyone reads all the press releases. We hope
Yeah.
that they will be filtered out and you see the press releases you're really interested in. And
Yeah.
yeah, there is a problem that people just try to promote something which doesn't worth to be promoted. But sometimes they use it to get backlinks. I don't know. Sometimes they use it to just to be there just to increase awareness in any way. Sometimes they use it to hide something, because there are these some news in a company which are hidden for a day when there will be a crisis situation. And yeah, it can be some problems. You started to let people away. Yeah, you start to fire people. But in this case, they don't like to negative news hit the Google or a news. That's why they try to push some evergreen content at the same
Yeah.
time. And you don't know why it is important right now, but they're hiding something.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Alex, this was awesome, very eye-opening. I appreciate all of the insight here. I'd love to let you wrap up here, tell everyone where they can find out more about you and of course more about prnews.io.
Yeah, I'm always happy to connect on LinkedIn. You can find me easy there. I'm Alex Nigmatulin. And also, I'll be happy to chat and to show you around the platform and maybe, I don't know, give you some ideas or where to start. And yes, and you can always sign up on PR News. It is free. You pay only if you want to get published somewhere.
Cool. Alex, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
Obviously,
you,
everyone
Andrew.
that tuned in, yep. Make sure you do the usual thing, rate, review, subscribe, all that fun stuff on whichever podcast platform you prefer, or head over to ecommshow.com to check out all of our previous episodes. But as usual, thank you all for joining us. See you next time. Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to the E-Comm Show. Head over to ecommshow.com to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform or on the BlueTuskr YouTube channel. The E-Comm Show is brought to you by BlueTuskr, a full-service digital marketing company specifically for e-commerce sellers looking to accelerate their growth. Go to BlueTuskr.com now for more information. Make sure to tune in next week for another amazing episode of the E-Comm Show.